Good morning, children. I hope you all enjoyed your winter break. Okay, now back to the lesson. Today we are going to start the 6th chapter from your English literature book, and the name of the lesson is No Further Than Mandya. Do you know, children, where is Mandya? Mandya is a city in the state of Karnataka, which lies in the southern part of India. Now this story is about 3 friends who makes a 3-day camping trip on bicycles. Now let's read the story and find out more about their adventure trip. Some years ago, 3 boys decided to have an adventure. Adventure means an event that is very exciting. In the middle of the summer holidays, and their boarding school in the hills was closed for a month. They might have read or gone to the cinema, but they decided to do something more exciting. Exciting? Thrilling. And do you know, children, what is a boarding school? It is a school where the students not only study but also stay and come to their homes only during long vacations. Danny and Robin, 2 English brothers, lived in India because their father worked for a company in Bangalore. Their friend Nikhil was from Bombay. His parents had gone abroad for a couple of weeks, so he was staying with his friends. Plans for the adventure, a 3-day camping trip on bicycle, got underway. The brothers had their own bicycles, and hiring one for Nikhil would not be a problem. Let's plan the trip properly, said Nikhil one day. So you see that once there were 3 boys who were living in a boarding school and they had the summer break for a month. So they decided to have something exciting rather than reading books or going to the cinema. The 3 friends were Danny, Robin and Nikhil. Danny and Robin, they were English fellows. They were brothers also, and they lived in India because their father worked for a company in Bangalore. And their friend Nikhil, he was from Bombay, and since his parents had gone abroad for a couple of weeks, so he had come to spend his vacation with his friends Danny and Robin in Bangalore. And now one day they plan to go for a 3-day camping trip on bicycles. The 3 boys sat down to make an itinerary. Itinerary means a route map of a journey. Robin fetched some paper and pencils, and Danny examined his new pen knife. Now what is a pen knife? It is a small handy knife which is generally used to open the bottles and used in the journey. Since you have that handy, Danny, said Nikhil, pushing the pencil across the table, you may as well sharpen these. They'll damage the blade, said Danny, looking at the pencils suspiciously. Suspiciously means feeling guilty. That's what a knife is for, prompted Robin. Cutting, what else? Hey, replied Danny, you'll see. This is number 1 on my list of things to take on the expedition. Expedition means tour. If we are going to Bandipur, said Robin, we'll need a map. Dad has a map of Mysore state on his shelf. I'll get it. As Robin left the room, Danny picked up one of his pencils and began to whittle. Whittle means to sharpen. Be careful, warned Nikhil, adding sarcastically. Sarcastically means mocking tone. Your pen knife might get blunt. So we see that all the 3 friends, they are very excited. They sit down with the paper, pencil and map and chalk out the program in detail. Danny grunted. Grunted means to speak softly in anger. It's sharp, he said, watching the shaving come off. Shaving means the thin slices of wood. Just like your wit. Wit means intelligence. Robin returned with the map. The boys spread it on the table and studied it. We start here in the cantonment of Bangalore, said Danny. Where else? Smirked Nikhil. Smirked means to give a silly smile. Okay, said Robin. We take the road out of the city and proceed along the Mysore road. We'd better leave early. The traffic will be bad later. It will be hotter too, added Danny. The boys pored over the map, making notes. 3 days was not long. They wanted to stay in Bandipur for at least one night, where they might catch sight of some wildlife, a tiger, a sloth bear, or the four-horned antelope that their geography teacher, Mrs. Gupta, had told them about. Bandipur? Too far in one day, exclaimed Danny. We'll stop for the night in Mysore. Mysore? Cried Nikhil. That's 140 kilometers away. Well, said Danny, we can do that easily. So here we see that all the three children, they are having a discussion on the plan of action, and according to their plan, they are going to start their journey from the cantonment of Bangalore, and they are going to start early in the morning so that they don't get stuck in the traffic in the later part of the day. They even think of staying in Bandipur for one night so that they can see the wildlife like the tiger, the sloth bear, and the four-horned antelope that their geography teacher had recently taught them. Yes, maybe, replied Nikhil. If I had my own bike here, I could cycle all the way to Ooty in a day. Otherwise, it will be my sore back. Danny and Robin guffawed. Guffawed means to laugh loudly. Ooty? Spluttered Robin. Spluttered means say something in a choking sound. We'll be lucky to get as far as Mandya, and that's 100 kilometers away. Although the boys were not much good at maths, they began a debate on time, speed, and distance. Little did they realize that in the heat of summer, a day seems much longer than 24 hours. On Sunday morning, the boys set off very early. They had packed food, a tent, sleeping bag, rope, tin plates and cups, some spare clothes, the map, a small camera, Nikhil's, and umpteen other things. Umpteen means a lot of other things. The boys made their way through quiet streets and were soon out in the countryside. By 9 o'clock, the sun was beating down on their backs. Their aching muscles began to feel the strain. They panted and puffed, but did not give in. Panted and puffed means breathing heavily due to exertion. At 10 o'clock, Danny stopped by a brook running alongside the road and leaned his bicycle against a large tree. What do you mean by brook? It is a small river. I need a wash and a drink, he groaned. Groaned means cried. I am parched. Parched means thirsty, dried up. Robin and Nikhil circled round for a bit, then joined him. I am not sure you should drink that water, cautioned Robin, carefully splashing some on his face to cool off. Finally, on Sunday morning, the boys started their journey. They took a lot of things along with them like food, tent, sleeping bag, rope, tin plates and cups, clothes, map, cameras, and many other things. Barely had they gone out of the countryside that they started feeling very exhausted because the sun was beating on their backs. Their muscles were aching, but they still did not give up. But at 10 o'clock, Danny had to stop near the river because he needed a wash and also wanted to drink. Robin and Nikhil, they also joined him. Then they splashed some water on their face to cool off. The boys, feeling fresh, mounted their bicycles and continued their journey. Mounted means sat. About a kilometer down the road, they came across some village women washing their clothes in the same brook. Hum, said Robin, with some satisfaction. I told you. By 2 o'clock, when the sun was at its fiercest, the boys reached Mandya. They did not stop there long for fear of attracting attention. They bought a few oranges at a stall and moved on. With Mandya behind them, Nikhil and Robin stopped to peel their oranges. Danny just watched. When the oranges had been peeled, Robin and Nikhil sucked at the segments as they circled along. It was then that Danny, releasing the handlebar of his bicycle, began cycling like a circus performer. This is how you should peel your oranges, shouted Danny, holding up his penknife and an orange for the others to see. The oranges in his left hand and the penknife in the other were brought together dramatically. Then he made a cut. The bicycle toppled over. A frying pan and 3 tin mugs clattered along the steaming road. Clattered means making some rattling sound. A large bag on the carrier ripped open and the content spilled out. Spilled out means came out. Danny lay writhing in agony. Agony means pain, clutching his left hand. So after having a wash and a drink, the boys again sat on their bicycle and continued their journey. By 2 o'clock, they reached Mandya. They did not wait very long over there. They just bought a few oranges and then moved on. Nikhil and Robin started peeling and eating the oranges. Then Danny told them, this is the way you should peel your oranges. And then he held the penknife in one hand and an orange in the other and released the handlebar of his bicycle and started cutting the orange. As soon as he did it, he made a severe cut in his finger and the bicycle also fell down and he was in great pain. Nikhil and Robin pulled up sharply, dropped their bicycles and rushed over. There was blood everywhere. I have cut through my finger, groaned Danny. Groaned means to say in pain. Get help quick. Stop the bleeding. Nikhil took out his handkerchief, not the cleanest item around, and Danny clasped it tightly to stop the bleeding, but the cut was deep. The boys had to get Danny to the hospital quickly. Stop, stop, they yelled, trying to flag down passing vehicles. Yelled means shouted. But no one stopped. Some slowed to have a look at this odd scene, but then hurried on their way. At last a scooter stopped. The rider grumbled but agreed to take Danny to the hospital in Mandya. Grumbled means to get irritated. Don't worry, Danny, cried Nikhil as the scooter sped off in the cloud of dust. We'll come and find you. If we can find the hospital, added Robin less positively. Nikhil and Robin tied Danny's things back on his bicycle. They then tried cycling along, using one hand to steer their own bicycle while pushing Danny's with the other free hand. Here we see that Danny's cut was very severe and blood was not stopping, so they had to rush to the hospital. They tried to stop the passing vehicles, but no one was stopping. At last, one scooter fellow, he, after grumbling, agreed to take Danny to the hospital in Mandya. After that, Robin and Nikhil, and they assured Danny that they will also come to that hospital, nothing to worry about. and they somehow managed to take the things and the bicycle of Danny along with them. But it was not very easy for them to take the bicycle, so they gave up the idea and started walking with the bicycle of Danny. After repeated attempts to keep on a straight course, the boys gave up and walked. A farmer carrying a sack on his bicycle pedaled past them. "Why don't you push it and ride at the same time?" he inquired, smiling at their stupidity. "We tried," replied Nikhil, "but the bike keeps going off the road." "Here, let me show you," he said, taking charge. "You city children don't learn anything in school." The farmer was soon pedaling along, balancing the sack on his own bicycle and steering Danny's with ease. The boys found it an effort to keep up. He stopped in the town to drop off his sack and then showed the boys to the hospital. The boys parked their bicycle and went in to inquire about Danny. They found him sitting on a bench in a corridor, his hand bandaged and looking pale and worn out. As they were walking with the bicycle, they came across a farmer who was carrying a sack on his bicycle. He laughed at their stupidity and told them, "Why don't they push it and ride at the same time?" Then the children said that they tried, but it was not working. Then the farmer took charge of Danny's bicycle and took them to the hospital, where they found that Danny was sitting in the corridor and his hand was bandaged and he looked very pale and worn out. "I've had an awful time," he groaned. Awful means very bad time. "The scooter fellow took me to a doctor down some back street. The doc wanted to put iodine on the cut. I knew it would burn, so I told him not to. The scooter fellow then brought me here, grumbling all the way. I've had 15 stitches, but I'll have to see a surgeon when I get home. The tendon is cut. I can't move my finger." "Have you eaten anything?" asked Robin. "No," said Danny. "Do you want an orange?" asked Nikhil. "If you peel it for me," signed Danny. Robin sniggered. Sniggered means laughed. Late that night, Danny and Robin's father arrived in a borrowed ambassador to take the boys back to Bangalore. 2 bicycles were tied to the roof rack and one inside the boot. The boys, despondent and tired, curled up on the back seat. Despondent means gloomy. "Some camping trip," mumbled Nikhil, dozing off to dream of tigers and 4-horned antelope. Here Danny is saying about his experience from the time they had been separated. He says that he had a very bad time. The scooter fellow took him to the doctor, where the doctor said that he would put iodine on the cut, but he refused to take that iodine as he knew that it would burn. Then the scooter fellow grumbled and then took him to another hospital, where he had been given 15 stitches, and still he was not able to move his finger because his tendon was cut, and he thinks that he will have to see a surgeon when he goes back home. Then the friends asked him whether he had eaten anything or not. Then he said no. Then Nikhil asked him whether he would like to have an orange. Then Danny replies by saying that if he peels it for him. And late that night, Danny's and Robin's father arrived in an ambassador and took the boys to Bangalore. 2 of the bicycles were tied and kept on the roof rack, and one was kept inside the boot. And the boys, they sat on the back seat. And they went off to sleep. And even in their dreams, they were thinking of the camping trip, the tigers, and the 4-horned antelope. So that's all about the story. And this story has been written by Nicholas Hossberg. I hope you all understood the lesson. Thank you and have a nice day.